What is up, party people? My name is Darrel, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you the best top 25 plugins for WordPress. Now, I know you've been Googling, I know you've been searching, I know you've been hitting the same websites probably all the time looking for really unique plugins. In this video, I'm going to be covering a variety of plugins such as page building, security, and also miscellaneous plugins that I promise you will use on your website after you watch this video. So without further ado, let's go through some of these plugins. I don't want to waste your time. I'm sure you've probably been searching a lot, so let's go through these plugins. Now, first off, and the newest page builder out there for WordPress is the Brizy page builder, and this one is by far one of the most cleanest brand new page builders for WordPress. It's been out for about a year. It's getting near 50,000 active installs, and it is the easiest page builder to learn out of all of the free page builders. Yes, I went there. Yes, I said that. So I recommend checking out this page builder. It's a free plugin. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. The links to all of these plugins are in the description below of this video, so be sure to check that out. Also, if you want to talk about something else, like something else that you use or come across, also feel free to let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll even add it there. I'll give you a shout out, something like that. All right. Now, the next one is the Elementor page builder. Now, this one is another great free page builder. I personally use it on my website. I love it. I think that most people actually didn't realize that this page builder would blow up the way it did, and it's super easy to build a website. So if you're using Site Origin, if you're using Themify, if you're using Beaver Builder, definitely check out Elementor and Brizy. They are by far the best free options for WordPress available on the planet. Yes. They're really good. They're really good. I use them super easy. If you don't know how to use these page builders, I have 2 tutorials on each of these in the description below as well, so be sure to check that one out. Next is Yoast, and of course, Yoast always deserves a spot on the top list because Yoast is one of the easiest ways for your website to get searched and indexed by Google. So, after you make your website, after everything's done, you might need some SEO work. You might need your pages optimized. You might need the schema markup, whatever you need out there. This plugin will help you do that. It'll install your robot text files, create your sitemap, etc. And if you don't know how to do that, this plugin actually has a very simple process to go through. It has a wizard. You don't have to know anything about it. Just click on the buttons they tell you to click on. Authenticate with Google, with Bing, with Yandex if you use Yandex. I don't think people even use Yandex, Bing, etc. So be sure to check this plugin out. I use it on my websites. It's very, very good. Now, there is another alternative. So if you've been in the game for a while and you're kind of thinking to yourself, I don't want to use Yoast. Squirrly SEO is probably one of the better options than Yoast. Yes, I did say that. I will say that it is better than Yoast. However, it does require a little bit more of a learning curve. So if you are a beginner, I recommend Yoast. If you've used SEO for quite some time and you know how to mark up your own stuff, if you're familiar with complicated SEO stuff, I do recommend SEO Squirrely. In fact, it is endorsed by Neil Patel, the bald Indian guy. But he knows his stuff. He really does. He's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Oh, someone's calling me. Oh, not gonna answer that. Whoops. So anyways, the plugin actually offers way more features than Yoast. And in fact, even in the free version, it offers quite a bit. And I've actually used it. And my 2 SEO guys that I use for my other websites, they actually recommend this over Yoast as well. They said the freedom allows much more possibilities. They said Yoast is very limited and it's not for beginners. So if you are a beginner, I recommend using Yoast. If you are someone who has a lot of experience with SEO work, with meta descriptions, tags, all that stuff, I recommend getting the Squirrely SEO. It does have somewhat of a learning curve again, but it is more flexible than Yoast. Yes, I said that, but I still love you guys at Yoast. Don't hate me for making this video. Now let's talk about security and backups. Now, UpDraft Plus, again, is one of the best ones. I'm sure you've probably seen other websites talk about this, and this basically makes backing up super easy. In fact, you can back up your websites, every day, every 2 days, every 5 hours, whatever you want to do. And the simplicity of this plugin is very easy. In fact, it has around 2 million active installs, and you can see that the reviews are also very good. They also do offer various products, but again, I'm not going to recommend them because I think there are better alternatives than there are other products, but I do think UpDraftPlus is a great plugin for backing up. And guys, backing up is so important. Trust me, I know right now you're thinking to yourself, it's okay, Darrel, I'll back it up later. Guys, when you access your website one day and there's a big X mark with the hacker saying something like, oh, we got your site, all your stuff is gone forever, possibly, if they didn't get your cPanel, but I really highly recommend to get it. I've been hacked before several times. In fact, I just made a Fiverr video and people were laughing at me because one of the sites was hacked, but I left on the credentials. It wasn't my fault. But anyways, UpDraftPlus, one of the best backing up plugins out there. Next is Wordfence. Now, Wordfence used to basically be very clunky. I'll be very honest with you guys. I used it about a year ago, and it was very clunky. However, I've been using it a lot more. And in fact, my tech guys, my developer, and my SEO guys all recommend Wordfence over any other plugin. However, I will have to say that although it is a great plugin, it is not the best user-friendly plugin out there. So if you're brand new to, MySQL databases, or or anything like that with hosting, it's not the easiest to learn. However, I do think that it is the most thorough. So it does have somewhat of a learning curve, but I think if you just spend a day to just ask questions, saying, hey, what does this do? What does this do? Etc. I think that it'll actually be really good. In fact, they do actually have a new add-on for this plugin. It is a two-way authentication, which is pretty cool. So they do have other various add-ons for this plugin as well. You can see right here, two-way authentication. You can actually also block other countries from coming to your site. So if you don't want to have other countries to your site, you can block them with this plugin. There's a lot you can do with this plugin, and it'll let you know about if someone's injected malware or Trojans or injected something into your website. It'll keep you notified, and it'll always make sure your site is up to date. So I recommend having this on every single website. Now there are also other alternatives. There is Sucuri, and I've actually used Sucuri as well. Personally, I think Sucuri is good, but I think that it's somewhat limiting. But I do think that it is a little bit more user-friendly than Wordfence. And I've used this plugin on maybe one website, so I can't say I'm an expert in it. I'm not going to say that I'm a pro with Sucuri, but I've used it before, and I thought that, okay, it's a little bit more user-friendly than Wordfence, but I do think that Wordfence, it's easy. You just got to spend maybe a day to learn it, and then it'll come through. So Sucuri, another one is to keep an eye out for. It's not a bad plugin at all. Now, there's also iThemes as well. iThemes, I think, is probably one of the most simplistic ones out there. I think that this one is probably one of the easier ones to learn. And if you're the first one I show is a negative review. It's a good plugin, guys. It is. I mean, look at this. But anyways, it is one of the better. I think it's one of the more easier ones to learn, and it does have a lot of the same features that Wordfence has. In fact, it has almost the same exact features that Wordfence has, such as two-way authentication, WordPress salt. I'm not even going to go there. If I explain it to you, you're not going to get it. Google reCAPTCHA, that's going to help you with spammers and people trying to sell you sex pills and dildos on all these countries. So it'll help you with all of that as well. So if you're not using one and you ask me today, which security plugin would I use? I would go with iThemes Security. And if you have more experience and you have a little bit more knowledge about hosting and everything else like that, I would say Wordfence. iThemes is a free plugin. They do have a pro version as well. So if you want to go ahead and check out their pro version, there is a link below to check it out. It is an affiliate link, so if you do decide to purchase iThemes, I make a small commission. But if you don't, I don't care. I really don't. So it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. And all right, so that's security. All right, so pick one of the three. All right, take the dice. Just pick out. Just gamble. Pick one. All right. Next, we're gonna do caching. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. This is not a free plugin, but it does everything that I'm going to show you that these other free plugins do. So I'm basically giving the option to have one plugin to do everything, or have 4 plugins to do what this plugin can do. It might slow down your website having 4 plugins, but that's how it goes. So WP Rocket is probably one of the best caching. It's the best image optimization. It has lazy load. It has a lot of features. It minimizes CSS. It does tons of different things. And the plugin itself, I have on my website. Let me see if I can go to the features really quickly right here. So they have page caching, the preloading, sitemap preloading. They have a lot of stuff. Image compressing, CSS minification, just a bunch of really useful features. And it's all available in one plugin. And they do have a setup wizard as well, so it's really easy to use. And in fact, I do have a tutorial on this one in the description below as well. I've actually used this before. I have it on my website, so I am very familiar with it. So if you've never used it, I recommend definitely checking it out. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. It only costs $50, for one website. Or you can have, or you can go to $99 if you're feeling, generous. And if you're rich like me, you can do the $249. All right, that's a joke. It's a joke. All right. So, anyways, that is the plugin. Now, if you're broke and you don't want to spend any money, the best caching plugin that I found was WP Fastest Cache. In fact, there is W3 Total. I don't recommend that as well. I used to love it. I really used to love it. but it just turned into, I don't know, I just, over the years, it just didn't work well anymore, and I just felt that it was really bad. This one right here, WP Total Cache, don't look at the number of active installs. I just can't recommend it anymore. I've used WP Fastest Cache on my websites, and I found that it just cleans the cache really simple. Whenever I'm making websites and I think there's an error, clear the cache, guys, clear the cache. I'm sure you've had support tickets that said clear the cache, and this plugin out there works really well for that. So be sure to check out WP Fastest Cache. You know, I don't even think they have a pro version. I think they do. Do they have a pro version? I don't know. I've never used their pro version, to be honest, so I can't recommend buying their pro version. You know, sorry guys. You know, I'm sure the developers are like, Darrel, recommend the pro, but I've never used it, so I can't really say. Next is Auto Optimize, which I have on my website as well. I use this same exact plugin, and I use it in conjunction with WP Fastest Cache. Now, this plugin actually, you know, again, it does a lot of the same features that WP Rocket does as well. So again, it minimizes CSS, lazy load images, etc. So basically, you can use this and WP Fastest Cache in conjunction as an alternative to WP Rocket if you want, because again, it does a lot of the same things. It'll basically optimize your site and make it look a little faster than it's supposed to. So again, if you want to go ahead and check it out, you can go ahead and check it out. But again, WP Rocket offers the same exact features as all these other plugins. And also Wp-Smush, which is another great one. In fact, this one right here will actually compress all of your images out there to make your site load faster. Now, whenever you get images, I'm sure you never optimize them. You probably download them from the internet, you get them from Unsplash, right? And then you put them on your website and you realize that these images are like 2, 3, 4 megabytes, and you're kind of thinking to yourself, my site is very slow. In fact, you should never have images that are that big on your website. So this plugin out there will actually optimize up to a certain amount of images with a bulk smash. I guess when I say bulk smash importer, exporter, I don't know how you want to call it. We'll just call it bulk smash, okay? And it'll basically search your entire library. It'll compress all the images to make sure that your site loads faster. So in that aspect, I've used this plugin for a long time. 1 million active installs. It's 100% free. It does do more in the pro version, but if your site's kind of small, you don't need the pro version. But if your site is a little bit larger and you have a lot of images to compress, then I would recommend getting their pro version. But for most of us, I think the free version will do fine. But again, you're always welcome to try their pro version. Now, another alternative is Imagify as well. Now, Imagify technically does the same exact thing. I think that this plugin, you know, you can use it. You can compare and contrast both. But again, alternatively, it does the same exact thing. So it will compress the images. It'll help that the image quality doesn't get lower. It'll make sure that your site loads faster, etc. So if you've actually used Wp-Smush and you're not happy with them, check out Imagify as well. They are another image compressing website. There is another one out there. I think it's Pixel Short. I know Brizy uses it. Brizy uses it yeah, Brizy Pro actually has it. But yeah, I haven't used it, so I can't really I can't really say a good review about it. But definitely check out these plugins if your site is loading slow from your images. Trust me, this will make a world of difference. It really will. Next, let's talk about contact forms. Now, I'm going to talk about something a little bit controversial here. So, contact forms are actually good. But a lot of these page builders like Elementor, Brizy, and Divi already have their own contact forms integrated with their builder. So what I'm going to say about these forms is that these forms are great if you're using default themes, if you're using themes without a builder, if you're using, you know, just a theme that you found on a theme forest. But I will say, though, that the only difference between these themes and probably contact form builders that you find on themes is the fact that these forms can actually integrate payment gateways. So if you're using Divi and you're using their conditional logic contact form, which I'll talk about in just a bit, they don't have a payment gateway. So these forms, they're basically builders. And the thing I like most about Ninja Forms is the simplicity of it. It's very, very easy to use. It's not difficult at all. They have a lot of different things, like, you know, you can add Stripe integration, PayPal integration. They have a lot of other things that you can add. And if you're using like they have a lot of API integrations for like MailChimp and just various other ones. You can check them out on their website. Like here, they just have a bunch. So be sure to check that out. They also have great webhook add-ons that allow you to, you know, add in different APIs if you want to do that. So be sure to check this plugin out. Now, I will say, though, that this plugin, the Pro version, is just a tad too expensive for me in my book. I do think that this plugin, although it's a very easy plugin to use, it's a free plugin. If you want the Pro version, which you'll have to get like a payment gateway, stuff like that, it can be a little expensive. So at that point, I'm kind of like, it's up to you at that point. If you want to go to their Pro version, I'll go ahead and show the pricing right here. So the pricing right here, you know, you can have $99 for a single site, which I do think is too expensive, and it goes up to $500. Now, personally, if you're going to use Ninjaforms, or you're going to use, or if you're thinking about using a contact form, like such as WP-Forms, I'll talk about in just a bit, I would highly recommend to go with Divi, the Divi theme, because with Divi, you get actually the same exact, you can get you can build your own contact form, you can style it, and you can add conditional logic to it, and you get the builder, and you get a lot more. So when I compare these prices, you know, thinking of getting Divi or buying Ninjaforms, I will have to say I would definitely prefer Divi. But if you're not using Divi or you don't like it, then you can go ahead and say, you know what, Darrel, I'm already using a page builder that I like. I'll use the contact form for this, etc. So that's, you know, that's your choice. Next is WP-Forms. WP-Forms is also an alternative to Ninjaforms as well. They've been around for quite some time. They have a lot of other various plugins as well. So they are not new in the game. These guys have been around for quite some time. They have great reviews. And if you want to see how their builder actually works, you can just go ahead and check it out on their websites. I do like WP-Forms. I do think that it's very simple, very easy to use. Now, both ones that I showed you have conditional logic with both payment gateways. Now, what conditional logic means is basically saying if I select an action like, hey, do you want this or this? Depending on what I select, it'll offer different options. So that's what conditional logic is. And I think that if you're looking for a contact form, that's the most important thing, that you have conditional logic, along with a payment gateway, because that's pretty much why you want to do it. You want to get paid. But then again, how many people actually pay people through contact forms? Not really too much. I've never paid anyone through a contact form, but it's always nice to have. So be sure to check out WP-Forms as well. And again, I will go ahead and kind of do an upsell here that I do have a link, discount for Divi as well in the description below, but they also have a contact form right here as well, and I've actually used this contact form. So with Divi, you get one of the best, you get the #1 best WordPress theme in the world. You also get the conditional logic form, and these guys have done a lot. So in comparison, when I think of buying, buying a contact form that costs $100 or getting Divi for $89, it's a no-brainer there. I'm saying, well, I'd rather get Divi because I get the theme, the builder, I get the Bloom plugin extra, all this other stuff, plus the Divi theme, and I have the ability to make beautiful contact forms. But I will say, though, that if you're looking for a payment gateway, this one does not offer it. But it does everything else that the other forms do offer. So, you know, you can go ahead and think about that. You know, you can go ahead and think about what you want to do. I'll look the other way. Do whatever you want to do. And also, since I'm upselling you guys, since I'm trying to offer other services, I recommend SiteGround hosting. You guys might be asking me, you know, what hosting do you recommend? And SiteGround is the fastest out of 16 competitors. And if you want proof, check out my video right here. And I basically compared 16 web hosting companies against each other, and SiteGround and another company came out as #1. So be sure to check out this video. It's great. You can see people love it. Go ahead and like it. It's a funny video. It's pretty funny, but it's very transparent. I tested all the hosting for 30 days. I gave everyone a fair share, so be sure to check out that video. All right, enough of me talking about those trying to sell you on stuff like that. But I get questions about that all the time. So yeah. Next is Kadence blocks. Now, if you're using the Gutenberg page builder, this right here is one of the best builders for Gutenberg. And in fact, I know maybe you hate Gutenberg, saying, Darrel, I don't like Gutenberg. I don't like it, you know, blah, blah, blah. People out there use it. So I will have to respect that. Give me 1 second. It's good. Voice was I felt it coming, you know? Anyways, Kadence blocks is a great builder. In fact, I do think this one is the best because first off, you get demos. But what I do like about this builder the most is the fact that it has like a builder style to it, where it basically makes making the site very simple. See right here, you can see select layout, and then it looks like a builder. It really looks like a builder. And this is the closest thing you're gonna get to a page builder with Gutenberg with this add-on. So I highly recommend it. It gives you a lot of other various add-ons as well. Now you can also use this in conjunction with Gutenberg Blocks Ultimate Add-ons for Gutenberg, which is created by Brainforce Storm. Now, I do like the widgets they offer. They also offer templates, but I do feel that this building interface is easier than that other one. But you can use both. You know, why the hell not? You know, just bloop. You know, they're both free. So it's a great plugin. I recommend it. I recommend both as well. So if you're using GuternBerg and you want to add more functionality to your website, because I know GuternBerg by default doesn't offer as much, but these right here will offer a lot. Be sure to check out, I want to say it's Kadence Block. Kadence Block, is that how you say it? Kadence Block. They're also the author of the Virtue theme, which used to be good, but I don't know if it's good anymore because it's old, but I don't know. People out there still use it, so Merry Christmas. So anyways, yeah, be sure to check out those two plugins. They're really, really good. Now, these other plugins are going to be miscellaneous plugins, but also honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. You know, whenever you watch a video, there's somewhere that just deserves attention, but they never get it. It's like, I'll give you some attention, you know? But these next plugins are miscellaneous plugins, so you probably will need these on every single website. First off is really simple SSL. Have you ever gone and installed your website, and then you see right here that this green padlock was not there, and then basically your hosting company told you to screw off and you don't know what the hell to do? Well, really simple SSL will take care of that. That will basically force the SSL. It'll take all the redirects and force the SSL to work. So sometimes really weird stuff can happen in WordPress. Maybe an image can cause the SSL not to work, maybe a random post or something like that. But in reality, the SSL is there and should be working. So this will actually force the SSL to work if it is available on your host. And if you're using SiteGround, you might not need this because with SiteGround, it's automatic. But other companies that I've used, like, we don't want to say HostGator. We don't like HostGator on this channel. We don't like that company. They're bad guys, you know. But Bluehost, I think Bluehost I used once. Green Geeks as well. As great as Green Geeks is, I did have to use this plugin as well. But you can see it has more than 3 million active installs. And if your site doesn't have this little green padlock, people are going to think that your site's scammy, it's a shady website, and they're going to leave. So you really want to make sure that your SSL is working, because before, SSLs were only supposed to be for e-commerce websites. They're only there because they wanted to encrypt the information that the merchants would send over when they would pay someone. But now Google just said, I don't care if you're selling. I want it on every single website. So now we got to add on every single website. So that's how it goes. So be sure to check out Really Simple SSL. Next is Mail SMTP by WpForms. That is a very long name. Now this form, or this plugin right here, will basically make it so that your emails go to the correct area. Now I know, trust me, I know the WordPress emails when they do the contact forms can go to spam. It can be a delay. It's a total pain in the ass, and it really is unfortunate. But this plugin right here will make it a lot more easier. It'll set it up. So I really recommend that if your website is sending emails to spam, or if they're having a very large delay or something is going on, most hosting companies, even right here, they will actually recommend that you install this plugin, and it will actually set this up. Personally, I haven't had that many issues, but even on my website right now, on my website, darrelwilson.com, I do have this as well, because sometimes that when I send out, or people send me a contact form, they fill it out, sometimes I don't get it, or it goes to spam, or it goes somewhere it's not supposed to go, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So this plugin took care of that problem. So I know most of you probably have problems with emails. Trust me, I've been there. This will actually take care of it, so be sure to check this plugin out. And if you're getting a lot of spam from people from random countries trying to sell you all sorts of sex pills and all sorts of really just bizarre things, I get them. I mean, trust me, guys, I get them all the time. This plugin right here will prevent spam. It'll help you out, and I do recommend this. And even though it's created by Automatic, I mean, Automatic has a history of just creating plugins that are just kind of useless. Not useless, just not really needed sometimes, like Jetpack, or just, I don't know, just plugins out there that I didn't feel that were needed. This plugin out here is a great plugin by Automatic. It takes care of all of my spam. So if someone sends me something bad, it'll actually block it, etc. And it's a free plugin, so it doesn't cost you anything. And I think it's a great plugin. It comes actually by default, I think, when you install WordPress. So if you've seen this plugin before when you install WordPress and you weren't sure what it is, I would recommend just leave it, just leave it installed, because it definitely will prevent spam. It'll prevent people from sending all sorts of weird stuff to you. So make sure to keep this on your website at all times. You know, it's always good to prevent spam. Next is Tidio Chat, and I do have a full tutorial on this one as well. If you want a chat bot on your website for free to basically look really professional, this plugin is the way to go. In fact, this plugin has been around for a few years now, And I think if you're running any website at all, you should basically have this plugin on your website, because it'll basically integrate a chatbot on your website where people can actually, you know, ask for help. It'll basically leave a message, etc. And I've used other live chat plugins, and there were a lot of security issues with those other ones. So you can check this out for free. It doesn't cost you anything. And I think that if you have this on your site, it'll increase sales, definitely, because you don't want people to leave, right? So you want to make sure that someone is there to answer, even if it's a damn bot, you know? And also you can actually access, when someone messages you, you actually access all the messages, and you're talking to them live. So it's an amazing plugin. And again, it's a free plugin, doesn't cost you anything. It does have a pro version as well. So I'll put that link below as well if you want to go ahead and purchase the pro. But if you are getting a lot of messages and stuff like that, I would recommend getting the pro. I had it on my websites, but the problem with my website is I wasn't selling anything. I was offering a service or recommendations, and I was just getting a lot of people hitting me up. But I mean, if you're running a website that's selling something, you should have it on your website. So Tidio chat, definitely have it on your site. It's super clean and it's super easy. Please, let me see if they have just a small little a demo right here. There we go, like this. Here we go. Let me show you right here. Here we go. Come on, dude. Come on, load. Come on, load. Okay, it looks like something's. I can see it right there. It's on my internet because you can see it, right? But you can see in this little. let me try to refresh this page really quick. I want to show you really quickly. All right, now it's a journey. Now it is a journey to check this out. Here we go. All right, that's weird. All right, anyways, you can check this out. It's in the description below. I don't know why the hell it's doing that. It should be working. It was working when I pressed play. Now it's like frozen or something like that. Whatever. Anyways, so be sure to check out Tidio Chat. It is a great thing to have on your website. Now, if you're interested in social logins, which most people use today, the Nextend plugin has actually made it a lot easier. Now, I didn't recommend this plugin for about a year because the authors made it really difficult for people to have. Oh, it worked. Did it work? Oh, let's go back. There it is. All right, there it is. Oh, sorry, I was watching The Matrix. There it is. So look at that beautiful contact form right there. A beautiful message right there. Look at that. Beautiful chatbot. That is a great looking chatbot. Makes you look super professional, you know? And I know you love grading out there, so you can have all different grading colors. So, yeah. Anyways, Nextend social login will basically allow people to log in with their favorite social network. So if they're using Facebook, now they should change this. Google Plus is dead. So don't have Google Plus on there. It's gone. But if you're using Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, what's that one Russian website, VK or something like that, I'm not really sure, you can go ahead and download this plugin. It is a great plugin to have on your websites. Social logins are always good. They're always good to have, so be sure to check out Nextend social login. Next is IceGram. And I use this on my website, DarrelWilson.com. In fact, if you go to DarrelWilson.com right now, you'll see on the top there's a big banner that says, watch this video, and that is done by this plugin. So this is a free pop-up form builder. It is a lead generator. It makes beautiful bars. It does a lot, and it's a free plugin. Now, I've used this plugin for almost about 2 years now, and I feel that this plugin, if you're looking for a free alternative for an email capture, lead generation, banners, pop-ups, anything like that, this plugin has some beautiful, amazing design templates. And I know you're thinking, you know, pop-ups can be annoying, but unfortunately, they really do convert. People really do fill out that information. So, you know, let's go ahead and check this out right here. We're going to go to Darrel Wilson, DarrelWilson.com really quickly right here. And then we're going to go ahead and check out my, there it is. See this right here on the top right here? There you go. That is all done with the IceGram plugin. So when someone clicks on this, they will go to my video on YouTube. So that is really cool. I know my site is running slow, and I gotta optimize it. I know I'm sitting here telling you what to do, and my site's running slow. I'll get to it, I promise. Yeah, I'll get to it. So check out IceGram. It is a great plugin. Now here are some honorable mentions. So I went over those plugins. Now these plugins you should always have on your website, at least 5 to 6. They're very good plugins. But some honorable mentions are, you ready? Okay, let's go. PEEPSO. PEEPSO is one of the best plugins for creating a social networking website. Now, you've probably seen people use BuddyPress and BBPress. Guys, don't use those plugins anymore. Use PEEPSO. There's better plugins out here now. PEEPSO is definitely one of the best plugins out there. In fact, I do have a free tutorial on this plugin as well, where you can create beautiful social networking websites. And you don't have to make the next Facebook. You don't. But you can just make something that looks really clean and easy. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, look this is your new website right here. And I mean, look how clean this looks. You can have a site that looks just like this, and they have a demo importer. It does everything for you, and it works in conjunction with the Gecko theme, which is the theme that they created as well. So be sure to check out this plugin if you're interested in creating a social networking website, or just a club, you know, just a little club for you and your buddies. You can talk about golf or Corvettes or drinks or whatever you want. This would be a great plugin to have. Next is File Manager. Now, I like this plugin because, again, it acts sort of like an FTP manager where you can download everything from your backend right from your WordPress dashboard. So basically, you can download all the images. You can download, you can upload stuff to your server. You can upload all this different stuff. You can download everything without having to go access your cPanel, your FTP, etc. You can do it all from your backend right here. So I did have a video on this one, and I got great feedback. You know, people really did love this plugin. In fact, you can see the reviews right here, super high, because isn't it kind of annoying you have to keep accessing stuff in your server, but you can do it all from your back end on WordPress, which kind of changes the game there. So this would be something for people who access cPanels a lot, or you have crazy clients out there who want to keep messing around with stuff. You can go ahead and use this plugin. It's great. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. And lastly, of course, we have to mention WooCommerce. You know, where would we be without WooCommerce? WooCommerce is one of the best selling tools for WordPress out there, and it has, now it even has automated taxes, automated shipping. It is the best selling tool for WordPress. I have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of tutorials on WooCommerce because it is the best selling platform out there. Way better than Shopify. All right, if you're watching this video and using Shopify, you got to switch. You got to switch. You probably use Shopify because they probably spend a lot of money on marketing, and now you're stuck with Shopify. Get WooCommerce. You can do a lot more with it. A lot of it more is automated. You have a lot more control over your store as well. So guys, did you enjoy my plugins? Did you enjoy these plugins? Now, if you use any of these plugins and you've had some, problems in the past, or you love them a lot, let me know in the description below. I think that these plugins are essential for almost every single website out there. I've used these plugins. I have spent a long time with trial and error with plugins, trust me, and I wouldn't recommend plugins that I wasn't confident with. So these plugins I found were some of the best. Also, you want a 10% discount on Divi, that's in the description below. Also for SiteGround, the description, the discount is below as well. Be sure to check it out. And then my video for best web hosting as well. You can go ahead and check it out right there. But again, these plugins I found were just very useful, very helpful. And if you've actually, ran across these plugins and used them a lot, let me know in the comments. Saying, hey, Darrel, I used that too. It was great. Hey, Darrel, I used that plugin and I got a virus. Hey, Darrel, I used this plugin and my girlfriend broke up with me. Whatever you want to tell me, let me know in the description below. But again, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope it was really helpful. Make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next video.